must remember, Rupert, the secret of successful fishing is in outsmarting the fish. But that's not as easy as it might seem.
Why not?
Because the fish in Nutwood Lake have been at school.
Why don't you try, Mum?
Well, I'm not really one for fishing.
Now, don't be shy, dear. Who knows? You might have beginner's luck.
I think I've got a nibble.
You've hooked a monster.
Well done, Mum.
Yeah! Keep the tip up, dear. Don't give him any slack.
Wow!
He's given up. Reel him in.
Dear me, I'll never get that in a frying pan.
Well, well, if it isn't the bear family.
Professor!
What do you think of my new research submarine? I call it the Goldfish.
A very appropriate name, Professor. But why the fishy disguise?
I intend to observe the underwater flora and fauna without causing a ripple of disturbance, so to speak. If one wishes to mingle with the fish, one must look like a fish. There's only one problem.
What's that, Professor?
I can't steer and record my observations at the same time.
What you need is a crewman. Someone like me.
What a capital idea, my boy!
This is fantastic.
Nutwood Lake is home to a veritable finny phantasmagoria. There's a short-haired red horse and bitterlings. Stupendous!
It looks as though your observations are being observed, Professor.
Aha! It would appear that the shoe is on the other foot. Or should I say, the flipper is on the other fin? The four-spined stickleback. Did you know that the males of this species build the nest and care for the young?
Yes, fascinating.
Rupert?
I saw something.
Sticklebacks.
No, it was a bit larger than that. Look, down there.
Where? What was it?
I don't know, but I think we should have a closer look. It's not here.
Perhaps it was a trick of the light.
But I'm sure I saw something come in here.
How fascinating.
Yes, but now what? It could have gone down any one of these tunnels. What happened?
We must have blown a fuse. I'll have it fixed in 2 shakes of a juvenile bovidine's tail.
A sea monster!
I beg your pardon?
I see a saw monster. I saw a sea monster. It made a face at me, like this.
Oh, really, Rupert? I don't doubt you saw something, but a sea monster doing comedic pantomime?
There! It's charging at us!
Perhaps we should try reverse. Torpedo!
Oh, no!
I say, has someone pulled the plug?
Oh, my!
Well, it's no wonder the fish aren't biting. Too many submarines lurking about.
You great walloping muckle-headed Sassenach! What in the name of blistered bagpipes do you think you're doing down there?
I was engaged in scientific research, madam.
Madam? Oh, dinna start with the kilt jokes, or you'll really get my dander up.
You can get your dander as high as you like, you subaqueous interloper. The very idea, hauling us up here like a load of mackerel.
There. I always toss back the wee ones. Happy?
Now, gentlemen, please. You seem to have got off on the wrong foot. We're Mr. and Mrs. Bear. This is our son, Rupert, and our good friend, the Professor.
Oh, charmed, lassie.
Oh, and what brings you to Nutwood, Mr.
Yeah, McRobbie. Robbie McRobbie of the Clachan McRobbies. Nutwood, is it? Yeah, well, spin my sporran. Those great tunnels go a wee bit farther than I'd imagined.
The tunnels, of course. You must be studying the tunnel network.
Oh, aye. That's what I'm doing, all right. You've caught me.
I might have guessed, given the sophisticated equipment.
Oh, dead right, Professor. The finest research vessel you'll ever clap eyes on.
But why does a research vessel carry torpedoes? And why did you fire one at us?
A wee mistake. Yeah, I took you for a great, slimy beastie about to swallow me whole.
Oh, I say, how appropriate. You see, young Rupert here thought that you were a sea monster.
He did? Yeah, but we all know there's really no such thing as sea monsters, don't we, laddie? Yeah, what did it look like?
It was long and wiggly, sort of, with big ears and scales, and it winked at me.
Oh, laddie, you're a while with the fairies.
But I saw something, and it wasn't a submarine.
Yeah, well, I must be off. My tunnel mapping expedition is way behind schedule. Toodaloo.
Well, after all that excitement, you two must be ready for a lovely picnic lunch.
But, Mum, there's so much exploring to do, and research.
We're having strawberry tarts.
A word to the wise, Rupert. Never turn down an opportunity to research your mother's strawberry tarts. Tell me, are these the ones with custard or jam? Delicious! I couldn't eat another one. Unless there is another one.
I'm afraid your research was very thorough, Professor.
Hello, everyone.
Bill!
I see you're babysitting little Toby.
Yes, and I'm at the end of my tether. Little Toby is a big pain in the neck. Every time I stop to rest, he... Once more around the lake.
Perhaps a little boat ride would settle him down. Would you like that, Toby?
I hate to say it, Rupert, but you're a genius. What are you looking for?
A sea serpent.
Oh, a sea serpent? Come off it, Rupert. You're pulling my leg.
I promise you, Bill, I saw it. There's something down there.
What would a sea monster be doing in Nutwood Lake?
I don't know. What do sea monsters do anywhere?
Shades! You little rascal. Hey!
What was that?
Hang on! Run away, Bo!
Can you see anything?
I'm not sure I want to.
Ah, such a bonny wee bairn you are. Coochie, coochie, coo. You little rascal. And what's the wee laddie's name, then?
Toby. I'm Rupert, and this is Bill.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Nessie.
Nessie! You mean you're the...
Aye, Rupert. The Loch Ness Monster. I just couldn't resist popping up to give the wee bonny bairn a bit of a cuddle.
Gosh, you're famous.
You didn't have to tell me, Billy. It's getting harder and harder to catch a moment's peace. Oh, the way some people act, you'd think they'd never seen a sea serpent before.
Well, actually, most people haven't.
Aye, but whenever I need some privacy, I can slip away down the tunnels and find a nice cosy wee pond like yours for a bit of a holiday.
The tunnels! Nessie, do you know a fellow named Robbie McRobbie?
Aye, I know him, unfortunately. He's been after me for years, the wee stubborn man.
He has a submarine, and it's there!
Run! Swim for it, Nessie!
Dinna worry, laddies. He'll never catch me in that silly contraption.
Nessie doesn't know about McRobbie's torpedo nets. We've got to help her.
Rupert, he's not stopping! Yeah!
There, Toby, it's all right. Oh, I'm awful sorry, laddies. It's all my fault.
Nessie! Get out of here! No!
Oh, what kind of a rotten trick is this?
I gotcha, you great slimy beastie. You're mine!
Please, no, Mr. McRobbie. Let her go.
Dream on, laddie. Dream on.
Professor, I need to borrow the goldfish.
Certainly, but what's
I'll explain on the way. There's no time to lose. It's an emergency.
Good luck, Rupert.
He went off to the right.
No, straight on. Sonar reveals a shortcut.
Rupert! Bless your heart, laddie, be careful!
Ease us down to the net lines, Rupert, and we'll use the propeller to cut Nessie free.
Get off my tail, you dirty do-gooder.
Superlative piloting, my boy.
I'll open you like a tin of sardines.
Rupert!
Low ballast! Commence emergency surfacing procedures! Oh, I say. We nearly ended up in Davy Jones' locker that time, to coin a nautical phrase.
Dry as a bone now, Professor.
Shipshape and battened down up here.
Then let's get after McRobbie.
We can certainly try, Rupert, but I'm afraid following him through that maze of tunnels may be impossible. We're liable to become hopelessly lost. That is, if we aren't hopelessly lost already.
But we can't give up. Nessie's counting on us.
Then you'll need our help, won't you?
Who's there? Who said that?
Me! Care to make something of it?
No, not at all. Can you really help us?
Look, everyone down below is flipping and a-flapping about what happened to Nessie. We want to help you rescue her. Stop all the flibberty-gibbet and folderol and follow me.
He seems very sure of himself, if somewhat
Crabby?
quite.
We haven't got all month, you know.
This is most intriguing. I wonder how our crotchety little friend proposes to show us the way.
Underwater traffic signs.
Yonder's Castle McRobbie. That's where you'll find Nessie.
See the great, horrible, bone-chilling monster of Loch Ness.
A terrifying spectacle from the briny deep. Children half price. Very unscientific.
She must be in here. I'll go take a look. Whistle if McRobbie turns up.
Right-o.
Don't worry, Nessie. We're going to get you out of here.
Oh, Rupert, you're a sight for sore eyes.
You take the high road and I'll catch the monster and I'll make great heaps of money for ye.
Oh, my, I knew there was something wrong with this plan. I can't whistle. I'm afraid I'm going to have to improvise. I say, McRobbie!
Hide!
Is that where you keep the monster?
Yeah, what in the name of burning Bannax are you doing here?
Funny you should ask.
I haven't got time for any goody two-shoes pleading with me to release the monster. Now get out of my castle before I have you flung over the battlements. I've spent years and the entire McRobbie fortune hunting this great devious beastie, and now I finally caught it, fair and square. Come tomorrow, this building will be filled to the rafters with paying customers. I'm going to make a fortune, Professor, and no one had better try and stop me.
Oh, but I assure you I have no intention of stopping you.
You dinna, eh? And I suppose that wasn't you that was chasing me through the tunnels?
Surely you wouldn't expect me to allow such an opportunity to slip through my grasp?
What are you on about?
The same things you are, my boy. Fame and fortune.
I didn't need any partner.
But all you have here is a mere sideshow. What you want is the prestige of a credible scientific research establishment. We'll call it the Scottish Institute for Monster Studies. Think of the possibilities.
You might have something there at that. It'd certainly sidetrack all those do-gooders who'll trot around moaning about monsters' rights.
Oh, but a rare specimen such as this must be studied for the advancement of science.
Put her there, partner. I've misjudged you, Professor. You're a man after my own heart. Greedy, conniving, and pushy.
Flattered, I'm sure.
While he keeps McRobbie talking, I'll fetch the police. I'm sure the constables will demand that McRobbie set you free.
No doubt they will, Rupert. And then there'll be a big court case. My picture all over the papers. I'll no longer be a mysterious legend. I'll be a fact.
I hadn't thought of that. You'll never have a moment's peace.
Aye. I'll have to leave my beloved Loch Ness forever.
Well, I suppose we're on our own then. Chin up, Nessie. From here on, it's downhill all the way.
And then we take her on tour to museums and aquariums, an official tour.
Capital idea, my good fellow. And zoos! I could be visiting Professor of Monsterology. I'd charge outrageous consulting fees. And of course, cut you in for 50%.
Oh, Professor, you're singing my song.
Oh, I'm afraid all the excitement has worn me to a frazzle. I believe I'll retire.
Let me show you to your room, partner.
This'll do nicely. Thank you. Good night, partner.
Good night, Professor. Oh, you take the high road and I'll catch a monster and we'll be rich and famous in the morning.
You'd better hop on, laddie. Gravity's about to take over.
I say, wait for me, you two. Yo! Thanks, old girl.
Well, partner, it's showtime!
Indeed it is, partner.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, lads and lassies, prepare to feast your eyes on the grandest, greatest, most spectacular spectacle ever beheld. Rise, you great, slimy, terrible monster! Rise from the black, briny depths! In the name of bristling brambles, where's my monster?
Hello.
I want my money back.
It's not for a wee submarine.
No, wait! There really is a monster! You don't go! We're gonna take your money back, please. I'm ruined. Ruined.
I think you should give up your hunt for Nessie, Mr. McRobbie.
And what if I don't?
Well, I think that even if you did catch Nessie again, no one would believe you.
They certainly wouldn't part with their hard-earned money to be victims of another hoax.
Aye. My reputation's in tatters. It looks like you and Nessie won fair and square.
Maybe legends are meant to stay legends, Mr. McRobbie. Besides, it's not so bad. As long as Nessie is in the loch, you can still sell souvenirs.
Oh, laddie, you're a clever one. Are you sure there isn't a wee bit of McRobbie blood in you?